stronger again. Very simply said, this society is too weak. And why? Because of all the technology which is available right now, so you don't need to use your body anymore.
Wow, those moves come from our next guest. He grew up in New York, in and out of foster care, and then gang life while his mom battled addiction. And soon he was introduced to Crumping, which made a life-changing impact and empowered him to audition for the show So You Think You Can Dance.
Well, now he's a dancer and teacher with an upcoming show at the Joyce Stage. So please welcome to the show, Brian Henry, AKA Hello Dreams. Good morning, how are you?
Wow,
You're here.
right? Grand Rising.
You are here.
I'm ecstatic. I hope my mom's watching.
You know, you have such an inspiring story, right? From where you started to where you are now. But explain to us how Crumping came into the picture.
You know, whenever I'm asked this question, I have to give a shout out to my good friend Brandon Wilson, because 2004, you know, before YouTube.
Yeah.
He brought footage from, I forget the website or the link, but he brought footage of some of the original Crumpers, you know, like Todd Eyes, Miho, etc. And literally, just a few minutes of this changed my life. Yeah. There was no way for me to go reach out and learn this vocabulary, this approach to dance. So I locked myself in a room for like 3 weeks, and I began trying to teach myself.
Wow. So all your free time, turn to that instead of doing anything else, right?
Anything else.
No
Anything and everything else.
Wow. So describe for folks who aren't familiar with Crumping what it is exactly, and how it evolved to this style of dance.
Crump is a dance form born on the West Coast, you know, born out of gang violence, gang culture, because this is when the majority of course, you know, men and women gather, but, you know, majority of men, which usually don't have a positive outlet to, or purpose of gathering. So rather than doing, you know, dealing within the violence, within the aggression in a way that hurts anybody, it became a middle ground where, you know, we need to settle disputes. And what better way to do that than with dance, than with truly letting out whatever you felt. And, you know, earlier in the days, it wasn't as strict or organized in terms of vocabulary or structure, like ballet or something.
Has a plie.
Yeah, like you know, the vocabulary. So back then it was mainly focused on the intention, which really drew me in and drew in many others, you know?
You know, and watching the clips of you too, for those who don't know about Crumping, you're telling a story, and you're telling a story with such emotion, and it's a full body routine that you are doing, but there's so much behind it, right? And then you bring it to So You Think You Can Dance. What made you want to bring that to So You Think You Can Dance?
So You Think You Can Dance, was that season 8, I believe? At that time period for Crump, it was a big leap, because so many places were curious about Crump, but no one in the vicinity knew what Crump really was. Interesting for me, like my journey was to go there and set a mark and show others that were around me, because many were, of course, under the same banner as myself, feeling like Crump didn't have a place in the world, in the dance world. Like you wouldn't end up on a stage, you wouldn't end up in a class. So that step for me was the first of many of just breaking the mold and you know, kicking the door in.
Well, now you teach and you perform. You're performing on stage at the Joyce Theater. Tell us about your show that's coming up.
Again, shout out to Andrea Miller, because she is an amazing dancer, amazing choreographer, amazing woman. I met her last year at a Dance Against Cancer, where I performed, and we had an amazing conversation, which led to wanting to collaborate, which this Wednesday would be the grand premiere, world premiere of our collaboration. And I don't want to go too much into detail of like the aspects of the collaboration, but I would say this is one of my first true collaborations between the street art and contemporary in a way, because Andrea Miller is already very different. She likes to break the mold.
So you're dancing as she's painting? Is that?
Oh no, she's not the painter.
She's not painting. This is a different one. Okay.
Yeah, but Andrea Miller is the choreographer and the owner of GALLIM Dance.
Okay.
Which, you know, which is the umbrella that she's welcoming me into.
Wow.
like giving me the opportunity to present myself the way that we do.
Before you show us something, right? Because we do want to learn something. Just for those who are watching, right? Because you had a path that we're going, and you said, I'm not going that road. I'm doing my own thing, and I'm going to lock myself in this room, and I'm going to take this path, right? And you could have went 2 different ways.
Yes, yes.
And for those who are looking at it saying, well, he did it, how can I do it? Are there classes? How can people get involved in it now?
Now, of course, there are classes, but even then, we were outside, we were in the park, mainly like Union Square. I'm very known for Union Square. And we'd go out there and not put the hat down for money because we wanted people to just come.
Oh, how fun.
Right? Just come dance.
The
If you
camaraderie.
want to learn, come to the circle,
We do want
ask
to learn.
somebody.
We want to learn
right now?
Let's do it.
Oh, I'm scared.
Let's go right now.
What are we doing? Okay.
Come on, get it up.
Okay.
So, us 3, and you at home, we're going to start with one thing I always love to start with. Hands together. No bends in the elbows. We're going to start and teach the chest pop. I want you to go as far back as you can without bending your arms. Feel where your chest is.
Yeah.
We're going to wait for him a little bit. Feel where your chest is. Leave it where it is. Arms come down. We're not holding our breath, but we are holding the posture.
Okay.
This will be your 1.
Okay.
And now we're going to drop it in, as low as we can to our 2.
Okay.
And we're shifting here from 1, nice, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1.
I guess it helps when you have a chest,
Hey.
which I am lacking in that department. That's
Okay,
okay.
I got a bunch of ladies in my classes.
one more.
All right, one more move?
One more
Yes.
move.
Boom, the stomp. The stomp actually goes into the chest pop, which causes the bounce effect. You know, I want to start with the knees bouncing, right? That gives you the feel. And a little note I say is kicking the butt. Why? Because you don't want to be lazy with your stomp. You want your heel to come close to your butt. Get that stomp up. And now, the energy goes down, and we come up into the chest. Dropping back into the 2. So when a 3 count, we're gonna simply go 1, 2, 3.
Oh, okay.
Oh boy.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Nice. 1,
She's the
2,
dancer.
3. She be dancing.
She's the
1, 2, 3.
She's the dancer.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
There you go.
Hey.
Oh my
That's
gosh.
awesome.
That was a workout.
That's awesome.
Yo.
You're great. You are great. You are
You are really an
fantastic.
inspiration too.
Yeah.
I'm happy to be here.
Your story is amazing. Thank you
So,
for your
so
time.
good.
Thanks for sharing. Now I know how to crump.
Right?
Right.
Come see the rest of the story
Yes.
on stage.
Yeah, by the way, you could see him, where are we looking? Here at the Joyce in Chelsea tomorrow night through Sunday. That is fantastic.
Thank you.
Yeah.